Tony, and my economic truism is the rich do not pay their fair share in taxes. This chart is according to the IRS in 2010. Those making above $250,000 had an effective tax rate of 23.4%. They held 45.7% of the tax burden in the United States. And this percentage is saying that the rich ultimately pay 45.7% of the taxes. Now, yes, the middle class carries a heavier tax burden at 93.3% because there are so many more people located in this class. The upper class is so much smaller, yet they have like the heavier tax burden. Now, even though clearly the rich are making more money and paying more taxes, they should not be forced to pay even higher tax rates. There are a few reasons why. The IRS reported in 2010 that 143 million tax returns were filed, and only 58 million people that filed did not pay taxes, but they got money back from the government, which is a big problem. So this means that only 85 million people in the United States actually paid taxes in 2010. There are many flaws in the tax system in America. For example, in the U.S., 6 in 10 families are taking more money than they're paying in taxes. There's a problem in corporations evading taxes as well. For example, General Electric paid no taxes in 2010, and they are known supporters of the Obama administration. And then finally, most recently, the Vice President and the President's 2012 tax returns were recently made public. In 2012, Joe Biden made over $385,000 and paid over $87,000 in taxes, which amounts to a 22.8% tax rate. But the bigger number is Obama. He made over $608,000 and paid over $112,000, which amounts to a tax rate of 18.4%. So the problem with this is that if Obama is pushing to up taxes on the rich, to 39.6%, why isn't he paying the higher tax rate as well? Now that I keep talking about the rich, it's better to have like a complete definition of what the rich is in America. The rich is considered the top 1% to be in the top 1% in 2012, your income has to be more than $380,000, which amounts to 1.4 million households in the United States. And they reported 16.9% of all the country's taxable income. The top 1% has a wide variety of members, ranging from 6-digit salaries to billionaires. Another way to reference taxing the rich is called soaking the rich. And in a review done by the Wall Street Journal, it proves that by taxing the rich, that it will not fix the economy. In this review, they say that for the argument's sake, to tax the top 10% of filers, the average annual income is about $114,000. This would bring in only about $938 billion, which isn't even a dent in the national trillions in debt. Now I have a video that explains Obama's current tax deal that was just made in this year.
So this is hot off the press, huh?
You know, you could walk into a cafeteria like this. Oh, yeah, hey, man, oh, yeah. No, my mom's PB&J. Or you could upload your entrance game. What's up, everybody good? All right, cool. No, I'm chilling. Yeah, it's new uploaded. It's cool, it's got pizza and stuff in it. That's an uploaded entrance. Let's see you try. Show us what you got at LunchablesUPLD.com.
Folks, before I went on break, all the news was about a looming economic cataclysm known as the fiscal cliff. Now, I didn't watch any news over the break, but I assume we did not plunge over this cliff because I have not spent the last week fighting seagulls for discarded hot dog buns. But as a member of the top 1%, I would rather have my eyes pecked out by an albatross then suffer the deal. Then suffer the deal that Republicans accepted from Obama.
Taxes are rising.
Just pause it for a minute, Ashley, and let the buffer build.
Rich, for the first time in 20 years, President Obama increased taxes on the rich.
Tax rates go up for singles making $400,000 or more, couples over $450,000. The top tax rate goes from 35% to 39.6%.
39.6%, Mr. President? How is Kim Ye supposed to afford a baby now? Well, nation, listen up, nation. I don't want to brag, but I make in excess of 400 large a year. And
Alright, well, I'll just go back to my presentation. It's not. But the deal he keeps going on about how there's all these different tax breaks for Puerto Rican rum makers and all these different things, but he's upping the tax rate on the top 1% to 39.6%, which is only currently at 35, which was previously at 35%. And he goes on to talk about disincentives, which are, it's not encouraging people to continue to work. The problem with continuing to increase taxes is that the rich, it's like punishing the rich for going out and working hard and bringing in a high income. The people won't want to work to make more money if it's just going to be taken from them and put back down into the middle classes. So the current economic state, the government needs to focus more on the fact that people aren't paying taxes, that it's not the rich's burden to take over the, to pay off the debt. If more people paid their taxes, then tax rates could be lowered for all. And then regulations also need to be put in place to ensure that corporations and big businesses are actually paying their taxes, which also could help boost the economy. Now, this truism is not fair because the rich are being punished with higher tax rates. They are getting too large amounts of money taken away from them, and if taxes continue to rise, they will become less motivated to work. Equal taxes would be ideal, but the bottom line is the government needs to make stricter laws against corporations to make more money. So, based off of this information, I am saying that this economic truism, the rich do not pay their fair share in taxes, is false.
Questions for Ms. Carney? I have a couple. First of all, Ms. Carney, some of the material in your presentation was closely related to what Mr. McLean presented just before you. Do you feel that your findings were consistent with his or at variance?
Yeah, they're pretty much the same. Like, if you're taking, it's going to less motivate in the economy if you start taxing people and refunneling it in. And if people that have higher incomes are just going to, they're not going to feel like they should go out and work hard, then they're not going to go out and work hard, and that's detrimental to our economy.
Okay. Could you please click up slide number 2 again, please? Let's take a look at this. I think we might have had a problem with interpreting this slide. So I think I heard you say that people making above $250,000 paid 47.5% of the tax burden at an effective rate of 23.4%.
Yeah.
Correct? Now let's look at that middle part. I think I heard you say that the middle class pay 93% of the tax burden. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Okay, how do you have the middle class paying 93% and the upper class paying 45%, so you've got 130%?
I was so confused on that, but I was reading through the article and that's what they kept like talking about. So I figured that, I thought maybe like the tax burden, the way that they were figuring it out was like the taxable income more than like the tax burden.
Okay. What's the sum of 93.3 and 6.7? 100? Yeah, okay. So what that chart really says is that people above 50,000 pay 93.3% of the tax burden in total, but that includes the 45.7% that the rich pay, which means then that the middle class pay, let's see, that's 6, 7, another 47% or 48%. So you got to be very careful with how you interpret data and make sure that when you're using percentages, they add up properly, okay? But good piece of work. Thank you very much.